What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Josh, back with another haircut tutorial. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss out on any future videos. Today we're going to be doing a mid fade. This cut came out super crispy and I'm about to show you how it's done. Let's get it. So the first thing we're going to do is comb out his hair. Get his hair to stand up and not to be stuck on the skin. We want it to stand up freely so when the clippers come, it'll be there to be cut. So we're going to be knocking his hair down to a 1 guard with the lever all the way open, going with the grain. And right here I'm just going to follow his natural wave pattern and make sure that I get the hair cut down evenly all the way around. And I'm going to go over it a few times to make sure that I do. So right after I'm done knocking it down, I'm going to go in and set our first guideline, which is the bald line, using my gold Babyliss trimmers. We're not going to go too high with this guideline because we want to keep this fade darker and not really give him too high of a fade since we are giving him a mid fade. When setting in your first guideline, you want to make sure you make the guideline straight and just follow that line symmetrically around the head to the other side of the head. So usually when I'm done balding out and making the first guideline, I go back and make sure I have the line balanced and symmetrical all the way around the head so we can have an even fade. So right after that, we go in with the magic clips, creating our next guideline, going up about a 1/2 inch with the lever all the way open. And you want to make sure when you're setting in this guideline that we make this guideline even all the way around. We don't want, any parts of the guideline higher than another side because it's going to make our fade unbalanced. So we want to follow the same exact form as our first guideline that we made, staying parallel to that. So I go over it a couple times to make sure all the hair is cut and the guideline is even. So when I come back with the lever halfway closed, it blends right away. And right here we're going to go in with the magic clips with the lever halfway closed, starting to flick out this guideline, starting under the line and just flicking up to the guideline. Throughout this process, you guys are going to see me open and close the lever a lot. That's because I'm detailing it real good. Sometimes these guidelines don't come out perfectly with the lever halfway closed. Sometimes you have to do some adjusting depending on the hair texture to get that guideline to be gone. So for our next guideline, I'm going to come back with my Wahl magic clips again with the number 1 guard on with the lever all the way open, and I'm going against the grain and I'm going up about a little bit more than 1/2 inch. But the reason why I'm starting with the lever all the way open is because I want to keep the fade darker, and this is setting me up to fade down, and when I fade down it keeps my fades darker, and we're giving him a mid fade, so it's kind of necessary to keep it kind of dark because if we don't, it's gonna look like a high fade. When I'm setting in this guideline, I want to make sure I go over it multiple times to make sure that I cut all the hair, because if I don't, it's going to mix up the transition when we drop down to the number 1 guard closed. So like I said, we're going to be fading down. So all we're going to do is keep the same guard on and just close the lever all the way, and that's going to be the number 1 guard closed. And we're just going to drop down and hit the same guideline but not go up as high. We're trying to soften up this guideline so we can come back with the 1/2 guard so we can blend it out all the way. So right after I see that I've softened up the guideline enough and made a good transition with the number 1 guard closed, we're going to drop down to my 1/2 guard and blend this guideline right out. So right here I take my guard off and I go with the grain with the lever all the way open, the same as the number one guard against the grain. It kind of helped, you know, smooth it out a little bit. But right here I'm just doing no guard, doing some detail work, using my corner blending technique just to get this guideline to blend out a little bit better. The half guard didn't take it out all the way. And as you guys can see right here, I switched guards. I have my number 2 guard on with the lever all the way closed, and I'm going against the grain, just blending right into that number 1 guard open with the grain like we did earlier in the video. The number 2 guard all the way closed, or you can start with it open, but anyways, this right here takes it out. This is how you start the process of blending out a number 1 guard with the grain. You would use your number 2 guard and just go against the grain, and you would come back with the 1.5 right after that, because I'm fading down. So I'm fading down from the number 2 guard open, then I did the number 2 guard closed, and right here I have my 1.5 guard, which I started with the lever open and then I closed it. So whenever I'm fading down, when I pick up a new guard and it's smaller than the previous one, I don't go up as high as I did when I was using the previous one, because it's a new guard and that means it has its own area in the fade to make the transition become a whole transition. So right after I'm done using the 1.5 guard, I come back with the number 1 guard open again, and right here I'm just really doing some detail work, just connecting that transition right around the parietal ridge, making the blend look more blurry. So we're just about done with the fade here, but when I see potential in my fade, I usually go in and do some more detail work. With me knocking down the hair around the edges, it kind of helps that blend come out better a little bit more. And I'm also going to come back with my number 2 guard and just go against the grain with the lever all the way open. I just want to get that transition around the parietal ridge area to be seamless. Now that we faded the hair on top, it's time to go down and fade the beard in too. That beard fade right into the haircut adds a nice look to any haircut, especially when I put them lines on it. Stay tuned. So when you fading in beards, the beard hair always grows downwards. So when you're fading up, you're basically going against the grain. And all I do is run through all my guards until I see a blend into the actual bulk of the beard. I never try to go below the ear. So I just blend with each guard until I see it's a good blend. We about to step into the best part of the haircut. Right here, I'm just going to be wiping down his hairline and his beard line with some alcohol to get it dry so we can get this crispy lineup. So for the lineup, as you guys see, I'm using my gold Babyliss skeleton trimmers, and they always hit. Check out the lineup already. I'm going to sit back and let you guys watch this lineup bring this whole haircut to life and also lining up that beard. When I line up the beard on the back side, you want to make sure that you don't dig into where his cheekbone kind of has that little corner. Try to keep it around that to keep that masculine look. And on the bottom side of the beard, you want to make sure that you keep that line under the jawline. You don't want it to sit like directly on it because it always looks weird. And on the top side of the beard, you guys make sure you ask your clients how high do they want their beard to sit, so you know where to make the arch and how deep to go into the beard. You guys, this cut is coming out amazing. Right here, I'm going to apply some hair fibers to have like a extra pop to the haircut. Just stay to the end of the video, you guys. It's going to be crazy. This transformation was crazy for real. It came out super crispy, and that fade was just stupid blended. But right here, you guys see I applied the hair fibers, and I'm going back with my trimmers just to line it up with the natural hairline and make sure that I have it cleaned up and straight. And then I'm going to come in with some holding spray to make sure I lock it in good and blow dry it to get it to stay dry. So this is when things get real scary. After I go in with the holding spray, I come back with my trimmers one more time, and I just get that nice ash line off of it on this lineup. This thing looks nice. We're not done yet. We're gonna come back with the razor on that beard and get that thing looking super sharp. As you guys can see, man, this cut is crazy. Let me know what you guys think about this cut in the comments so far. Just wait till the end. And as you guys can see, anytime I'm using the razor, I got my thumb right there pulling the skin so we don't cut anybody. YouTube, this is the before. This is an amazing transformation. I hope you guys learned something. I appreciate it if you guys watched it up until this point. But without further ado, this is the cut. I really enjoyed making this video for you guys. This cut came out stupid. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. Make sure you guys leave a like for the YouTube algorithm so your boy can keep growing. And most importantly, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. And also, you can follow me at JoshXBarber like you guys see on the top of this video. It's your boy Josh, and I'm out.